Coral reefs are a diverse community of organisms that live and interact with each other. They provide homes to many different marine life species. Due to certain human activities, they are dying off. The ocean absorbs CO2, slowing global warming. Even though CO2 absorption is working against global warming, the CO2 is changing the ocean's chemistry.
What is coral bleaching? Coral reefs are an ecosystem where individual corals live. Individual corals are made up of colonies of polyps. These polyps house algae called zooxanthellae. The zooxanthellae perform photosynthesis so that the coral can feed, and they give it their color. Coral reefs are at risk because of all of these factors, but their biggest threat is rising sea temperatures due to global warming. When coral is distressed, it expels its algae, and therefore it starves and it loses its color. However, it is not too late. Humans can reverse rising sea temperatures and help save coral.
Global warming has contributed to stronger hurricanes that cause significant damage to coral reefs. The heating of the ocean makes hurricanes more powerful in an unprecedented way. After a hurricane passes over a reef, the waves and water movement disturb the structure of the individual coral and coral communities. Coral are very delicate animals which can break apart when the force of a hurricane rips through the environment. These forces can expose the limestone foundation of these reefs and accumulate sediment, which creates an undesirable condition for more coral to grow. The best case scenario after a hurricane would be displaced pieces of coral regrowing in the areas in which they landed in. However, runoff from rain during a hurricane contributes to the lack of space and abundance of debris. This keeps coral from reaching the limestone foundation and having a suitable environment to recover. Climate change's effects on hurricanes consequently affect coral, their living conditions, and their inability to recover after the storm.
pH of the coral reef. Ocean acidification is harming our coral reefs. Studies have shown a 52 to 73% decline in larval sediments on reefs with lower pH. Lower pH also has a negative impact on the rate at which corals calcify. This leads to a brittle and less resilient coral. They are more susceptible to diseases. Due to a decline in the coral population, an increase in the non-calcifying organisms such as seagrass have inclined. Ocean acidification will affect the ability of coral to develop and the ability to recover from damage.
The sea level rising. The rising of the sea level may lead to an increase in sedimentation for coral reefs located near land-based sources of sediment. Sedimentation runoff can lead to the smothering and killing of coral. Even small increases in sea levels can increase turbidity on fringing reefs through increased reef suspension of fine sediment on reef flats and increased coastal erosion and transportation of fine sediment to adjacent reefs.
Why does saving coral reefs matter? Coral reefs are important in many different ways besides being home to the most diverse ecosystems on the planet. Coral reefs protect coastlines from the damaging effects of wave action and tropical storms. They provide habitats and shelter for many marine organisms, are the source of nitrogen and other essential nutrients from marine food chains, assist in carbon and nitrogen fixing, and help with nutrient recycling. Coral reefs are very important in many different ways. You as an individual can help by using less plastics and switching to more reusable items, eat less seafood and meat, and support ocean-related causes such as the Coral Reef Alliance, who work across the world to save our reefs.